People just go in and come out and read out stories to us. Come on, Kofi.
We must step beyond the talk. We have the analysis.
Join us as we dissect the headlines, bring you exclusive interviews, and dive deep into the heart of the matter. The big conversations live here.
Join Kofi Bartels on the Morning Crossfire, weekdays 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. only on 99.3 Nigeria.
Every morning, as the sun rises over this vibrant city of Lagos, we'll be right here with you. Diving into discussions that matter. We'll tackle the headlines, explore stories that shape our lives, and dissect the issues that keep us awake at night. But that's not all. The Morning Crossfire is your platform too. Your thoughts, your opinions, they all have a place right here. From politics to business and the economy, from the social issues to the heart of the city. I'll be your companion, your source of information, and your partner in exploration. And it's just not about the headlines. It's about the conversations we have, the connections we make, and the impact we create. Your insights matter, your questions matter, and your energy matters. So whether you're in traffic, having breakfast, or starting your workday, I'll be right here, keeping you informed and engaged. So Lagos, stay tuned, set your alarms, and mark your calendars, and let's kickstart our mornings together, right here on the Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info and Kofi Bartels. Let's talk.
This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Okay, we're still here, still the Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info. My name is Kofi Bartels, so very good morning to you. We're talking River State today on the Morning Crossfire. And we started our conversation, or we had a bit of a news flash. Last week, it was in the papers that a federal high court had ordered the River State sole administrator to not, or had barred him, from appointing local government administrators. So we'll look at all that today on the program. We have the gentleman who took the River State sole administrator to court. We have the court order here, and I gave him a big shout out on the program last week because we go way back, So I gave a lot of commendation to him on the program last week, and Lagosians were commenting on it, and he's here on the program. I think one of those days when the DSS picked me up, he was the lawyer who followed me all the way to DSS office, stayed with me all through, even when he had a busy schedule, and he's been doing the work, supporting civil society, media people in River State, and also doing his own private practice, which in itself, I don't know if he has time for that because he does a lot of civil society work. So I'd like to say a very good morning to the Executive Director of the Pilex Center for Civic Education, Courage Nsirimovu Esquire. Courage, good morning to you. It's good to have you on the Morning Crossfire.
Good morning, Kofi. Thank you for that wonderful rendition.
Remember when you followed me to
Lagos, Nigeria.
Yeah. I remember one of those early days when you showed up. DSS came and arrested me, and there was no one I could call. And you came, you were there, you showed up. You had a case in court, you had to leave, but you were there. So it's good to see that you're really making waves, not just in River State, but around the country. So let's talk about the situation in River State. For those who are listening, please call us on the numbers we advertise. 0201-277-0993, 0201-277-0993, and we have another number, which is our female line, 0201-465-7190, 0201-465-7190. We're all aware of the situation in River State. And today we're looking at particularly at that political drama. Just a few weeks ago, Nigeria witnessed a rare declaration of state of emergency in Rivers State, and unprecedentedly, the state governor was removed or suspended. His deputy, as well as the entire state legislature, are suspended. And now we know that Vice Admiral Ibas retired, is the sole administrator of Rivers State. And we hear that he has named sole administrators for all the 23 local government areas of Rivers State. The move has sparked outrage, confusion, and the questions flying left, right, and center, not just in Rivers State, but around Nigeria, with a wave of legal questions. Now, constitutionally, who has the power? If you're listening to us this morning, who do you say has the power to appoint local government chairmen or administrators? And in your opinion, for you listening, does the appointment of a sole administrator by a sole administrator violate any specific sections of the Nigerian Constitution? Please share your thoughts with us on calling the numbers earlier advertised. You can also drop your comments on WhatsApp. Our WhatsApp number is 0201 277 0993. 0201 277 0993. That's the first number to call. Second number 0201 465 7190. 0201 465 7190. And the third number 0201, the WhatsApp number 08095 975805. All right, Courage Nsirimovu, before we go to the sole administrators for local government areas, yesterday there were two protests in Rivers State. I think on the weekend there was one. The one on the weekend was a pro-Fubara protest, whilst the one that took place, the two that took place yesterday, one was pro-Ibas, anti-Fubara, and the other one was pro-Fubara, anti-Ibas. And we hear tear gas, canisters were fired, and some people had to inhale tear gas, which is something we're not, so unfamiliar with in Rivers State, So, what's your understanding of what happened yesterday?
Thank you very much, Kofi. As regards the protest yesterday, it was actually disgusting, not disappointing, disgusting to see, Rivers people who were paid come out to do that protests in favor of emergency rule. It is either they are ignorant or they are just interested in how this administration would favor them. Because in the long run, we have come to the point where we can actually assert that the administration is an agent of the FCT minister. We have gotten to that point. Yesterday,
which administration? The federal government? Is it Tinubu administration?
When I say administration, I'm talking about the sole administrator, right?
Okay.
This emergency rule administration. Now, only yesterday, Chidi Lloyd was appointed as the chairman of Board of Internal Revenue. And then the other day, we saw an appointment of Wonoshike. And then if you look at the list of administrators for the local government, you know that there are people loyal to the FCT minister. So you see these people on the streets are people that were mobilized by those loyal to the FCT minister. And apparently they are just trying, to kind of give a counter to the protest done by the pro-Fubara, persons who came out and said no to the emergency rule. Initially, we had women, right, that came out and said, restore democracy in Rivers State, restore Siminalaye Fubara. And then at Imbiama also, the same yesterday, we also had people who were saying, restore the former governor and all of that.
That's
what
the
is
border town
happening-
between Rivers and Bayelsa State.
Yeah. So what is happening in Rivers State as regards this issue is purely a shame, right? And the worst part of it is that this whole thing is coming from the presidency. It's coming from the president himself, being partial about the issues in Rivers State. For crying out loud, there was no war in Rivers State. There was no breakdown of law and order in Rivers State. There is even no security issue for the administrator to deal with. What happened in Rivers State is a political disagreement. One political arm of government against another, the executive against the legislature, right? Because of the varying interests they have. And then the other incident was economic sabotage. How can you deal with economic sabotage, right? You have those handling surveillance. If you want to deploy the army to those places, if you want to deploy the police and the rest of them, you can do all of that without declaring state of emergency. And then the political issues. I think at the point, the Simeon, the Amewule-led faction of the assembly, right? They tried to impeach the governor. An impeachment procedure is one that needs also the chief judge. So if you don't have the chief judge in your league, right, then you cannot carry out an impeachment, because impeachment procedure starts from the assembly and goes to the judiciary. So them not having the chief judge in their clique was a big problem. So they got to a point when they didn't know what else to do. So state of emergency was now the alternative. But Kofi, let me read what the Constitution
all right.
All of these matters, because, and let me say for free, Constitution does not recognize the sole administrator. If you scan sole administrator on this Nigerian Constitution, it will read error. You ask the question, who has the power to appoint local government, either RISTEC or local government LGA chairman? Of course, that's an issue that the Constitution speaks about, right? So the Constitution says, this is something we need to patiently look at. Section 1 of the Constitution says, this Constitution is supreme, and its provision shall have binding force on all authorities and persons throughout the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That means the President of Nigeria is bound to obey this Constitution. This Constitution is supreme over him. Now, subsection 2 or section 2 says, the Federal Republic of Nigeria shall not be governed, nor shall any person or group of persons take control of the government of Nigeria or any part thereof, except in accordance with the provision of this Constitution. So you cannot take control of any part, whether it is local, whether it is state, except in accordance with the provision of this Constitution. Now the question is, did the president, stricto sancto, did he follow the procedure laid down in section 305 to bring in the sole administrator? The answer is no.
Okay, I think you.
First of all, what is the procedure? Pardon?
Okay.
Should I go on?
You froze for a minute. Yeah, go on, because I was going to. Okay, so we'll come back to, you froze for a second or two. We'll come back to the constitutionality or otherwise of the declaration of state of emergency and appointment of sole administrator. But you went to court seeking to stop the sole administrator, Ibas, from appointing local government administrators. How did that go? You won.
Yeah.
You got a court order, right? So what was your prayer?
Now,
what was your application, and what did the judge say?
Okay, on that matter, we were seeking so many reliefs. First relief we were seeking is a declaration that the sole administrator does not have the power to appoint local government administrators. And our reasoning is in line with section.
Okay, the network is interrupting you. I don't know if it's
Of the Nigerian any states that we. I don't know.
Okay, it's better now. It's better now. Yeah, you're back. You're back. We can hear you clearly now. Maybe somebody's trying to call you. I don't know. Okay, so he went to court, and I have a copy of the court order here. It's suit number FHC, that's Federal High Court Port Harcourt CS 46/2025, between Pilex Center for Civic Education. Oh yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, so your reliefs. Yeah, you're telling us your reliefs.
Yes. We stated that the first prayer was that the sole administrator does not have the power to appoint local government chairman, because section 7 of the constitution says the system of local government by democratically elected local government council is under this constitution guaranteed. Democratically elected. That means anybody who will come there must come by election. And you and I know that the Supreme Court has frowned at caretaker committee. And last year, the Supreme Court gave a deadline for all the states in Nigeria that is operating with caretaker committee to do and conduct an election. And all the states have to comply with that order of court. So the man himself, the administrator, we are contending in court that he does not have the power. Then we filed an ex parte application seeking an order of interim injunction, restraining the respondent, that's the administrator, his agent, or anyone acting through him or for him or on his instruction or authority from appointing the sole administrator or whatever name so called for 23 local government areas of Rivers State. And we made our argument with the court. The court agreed with us and told compelled or ordered the administrator to come and show cause why the application should not be granted. So the court was amenable to grant the application, and the court said, Mr. Man, come to court and tell me why I should not grant the prayers of Pilex Center and Nsirimovu Courage. What did they do? They immediately, that night, they immediately did a memo and backdated it, that the appointment came into effect on the 7th, because we got the order on the 7th, right? So they backdated the appointment of local government administrators to the 7th in flagrant disregard of the order of court.
You got the order on 8th of April.
Pardon?
The order was signed 8th April 22. Okay, still be courage. We want to go for a quick break. I'll come back to you because this is very interesting, and we'll like to get more details. We'll take some calls, from our listeners and their messages as well. Please stay with us.
Every day is about winning with one play on Nigeria Info. on Nigeria Info Daily Winnings is now over 150,000 naira. Just go to oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3 hash. Play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on the Morning Crossfire, WhatsApp Lagos, and Game On shows on weekdays and the Football Frenzy shows on weekends. But that's not all. Every Friday, there will be a 500,000 naira jackpot. Playing during the week automatically qualifies you for the weekly jackpot. Your chances of winning are the same whether you play on oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3 hash. Remember to play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission.
Are you a business owner? Are you concerned about the identity of your staff, permanent, contract, or domestic? Look no further. Alphageric HR Partners automate your HR process with your security in mind by affording you seamless verification of your employee details. With Alphageric HR Partners, you can effectively onboard, profile, document, recruit, and manage employees. No paperwork. Store and access staff records instantly. Automate payroll and leave applications. Our verification portal enhances your security, guarantors verification, address verification, academic verification, criminal history, previous employer verification, and many more, all from the comfort of your device. Why not subscribe with us today and keep your business and family protected? For inquiries, visit www.alphageric.hrpartners.com.ng or call 0815-934-9738. Think security. Think Alphageric HR.
Sarah needs a printer to study her lessons, and I also need one for my office. Teacher Sarah recommended the HP Smart Tank 750 printer to me. It's equipped with ink tanks that last a long time, so we can forget about buying ink cartridge. It's so easy to refill. All you need to do is buy the ink bottles and refill it yourself. Plus, it comes with 1-year warranty. So, print, copy, and scan up to 8,000 color or 18,000 black pages. It's awesome! Get it today at all DreamWorks stores. Nothing's easier than printing your documents with the HP Smart Tank 750 printer for precise and vibrant prints. Call 0808-553-8331 or visit www.dreamworksdirect.com for more information.
Now ask for them. We don't run am. You ask for am. It don't happen. Yes, so News Central did live on top Go TV channel 23 with the summoner, the latest story and information from Niger and Obodo Yibo. Sabi say with Go TV, News Central go knock you correct story and wetin dey happen for politics, business, sports and entertainment as it dey hot. As it dey happen, now so we dey talk am. You ask for am. You don't get am. News Central, station where they totori belle.
You can't choose when you get sick, but you could choose an HMO that helps you live more life. Now, you could choose an HMO with generic plans or Hygia HMO's customized plans for every stage of your life.
Now that's more like it.
You could choose an HMO with a handful of hospitals or Hygia HMO, which has a hospital network of over 2,000 providers within Nigeria with roaming options and no waiting time.
Yeah, that's more convenient.
You could also choose a cheaper HMO that doesn't quite meet your needs. Or you could have Hygia HMO's comprehensive yet affordable healthcare plans.
That's so amazing!
Life can be more with Hygia HMO. Live more life with Hygia HMO. Explore our comprehensive healthcare plans designed to meet your needs. Whether you're an individual, a family, elderly, an SME, or a corporate organization, we have affordable options for everyone. Visit our website at www.hygiahmo.com for more details. Hygia HMO. Live more life.
news or information.
It is more than you ask for.
What is our fee? When Lagos State says this organization is meant to help us out, and the people working there are not helping us out. You have a situation where people say it's normal that if your husband doesn't beat you, then he doesn't love you.
Where madness seems to be normalized, you will become mad.
And more of the rush you just can't stop.
It's the station for more talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info.
This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, welcome back. It's still the Morning Crossfire, 99.3 Nigeria Info. We're looking at the appointment of sole administrators for local government areas in River State by the sole administrator of River State, Rear Admiral Ibas, retired. And of course, it's raised a lot of eyebrows and suspicion from all sides, all corners, not just of River State, but of Nigeria. And our guest this morning is a lawyer who took the River State sole administrator to court to get an order, a restraining order, or an injunction stopping him from appointing local government administrators. I'm talking about Courage Nsirimovu. He is executive director of Pilex Center for Civic Education. He is a constitutional lawyer and human rights advocate. 0201-277-0993. Please call us on the numbers we usually advertise, 0201-277-0993, and our female line 0201-465-7190. Now, we all know that the administrators have been appointed, and the sole administrator recently, I think it was about 2 days ago, 13th of April, warned the newly appointed sole administrators for the 23 local government areas in River State that his administration will not tolerate abuse of office or misuse of public funds, is what he's saying. He said, quote, "Let me state unequivocally here, clear here, this administration will not tolerate any form of recklessness, abuse of office, or misuse of public funds or trust. The resources allocated to our local government must be used strictly for the purposes intended, so that there might be accountability and value for money for every project executed, every policy implemented, and every kobo spent. The people of River State deserve to see how their money is being spent, and it is your duty to give proper account and values," for Mr. Bassett. Now, Courage Nsirimovu, you went to court and you said you had I can see a copy of you gave us your reliefs, all right? Before the court, what the prayers? Yeah, your prayers. But what I have as an order in front of me is an interim injunction. So, which means the case is still on, but you filed an ex parte application for ex parte injunction, if I'm not mistaken, if that's the right way to put it. So, what was the outcome?
So basically, we suspected that the sole administrator wanted to, take this action of appointing local government chairmen, and what we went to court for was basically to stop him from carrying out that appointment. So in that circumstance, when you understand that the subject matter of the suit is about to be, erased or affected, what we had to do was to file that affidavit of urgency, an ex parte application, telling the court that the moment this man carries out this action, the whole essence of our coming to court will be affected, right? That was why we filed that ex parte application. Ex parte is filed when there is urgency, right? And the court looked at it and agreed with us and said, fine, Mr. Administrator, now I'm giving you an opportunity, come to court so that we'll also hear your side of the story. Instead of them to come to court, they carried out the action in contempt of court. So Kofi, that's the scenario. And we're in court yesterday. on the subject matter, right?
Okay, before you go forward, before you go forward, so you're saying the judge granted that motion ex parte on the 7th of April 2025.
Yes.
What was the order? Can you read the order out to us, please?
Okay.
Okay. I have a copy here.
Let me get the copy.
Yeah, I have a copy here. Okay, do you have one close by? Okay, so this is the one I have. Please correct me if it's wrong. Maybe it's AI. I don't know. It says it is ordered as follows. 1. I am of the view that it will serve the interest of justice to order the applicant to put the respondent on notice. That's you now. To appear and show cause why the application should not be granted. 2. Hearing notice to issue. I don't know what that means. And 3. Case adjourned to 14th of April 2025 for hearing. So is there anywhere here that they said the ex parte motion ex parte was granted? I can't see that here.
So basically the situation is the court is saying this. Now you need to understand the implication of this order, because what matters is the implication, right? The implication of this order is that once a party has been notified of this order, that party is barred, do you understand, from taking any step on this subject matter. That is the success of this order. However, what they did was that they backdated their appointment. I hope you're following my line of thoughts.
I'm with you.
Yeah, they backdated, knowing that once the court calls you to come and show cause, you don't have any power to tamper with the subject matter of the suit. So impliedly, you have been barred from carrying out that appointment. So if you notice, this order was granted on the 7th. Our bailiffs went to meet them to serve the process at the government house. They refused to collect it. The bailiff went to Ministry of Justice to serve the Attorney General. They said the person receiving process is not on seat. That same night, they issued the appointment announcement and backdated it. They issued the appointment on the 8th and backdated the appointment, and in that memo they said it takes effect on the 7th. Okay. So you could see that they know that the very fact that they have received this order, they are barred from acting on the subject matter. Hence, they backdated the appointment.
Okay,
so we are resting out the court now.
Okay, but the motion ex parte was not granted. The application was not granted because you were seeking an order of interim injunction restraining the respondent. That's Ibas, his agents, and or anyone acting through him or for him, or on his instruction or authority, from appointing the sole administrator or whatever name so-called for the 23 local government areas of Rivers. That was not granted to you on the 7th of April. If I'm not, please correct me if I'm wrong. Also, you are applying for any such further order or orders as this honorable court may deem fit to make in the circumstance. And am I correct to say that the judge, my lord, did not grant an ex parte injunction? Rather, he ordered that you should put the respondent on notice to appear yesterday to show reason why the ex parte application should not be granted. Is that correct?
Technically, you're correct, but by implication. But
the law is a technical thing, you know. Can we imply? Because it's here in black and white. I mean, I can hold my Gura phone for people.
By implication, right?
Okay,
it's good people understand.
Can I put it this way? Okay, go on, please. Let me allow you breathe. Please go on. You're saying it's good. Yeah.
Yeah. So expressly, it was not granted, right? But the very fact that this is a subject matter before the court, and the court has asked him to come and show cause why it shouldn't be granted, it means that at that point in time, once notified, he is barred to act on that subject matter.
According to which law?
So by implication,
but is there anything like implication?
By implication, it means that he cannot carry out any appointment until he comes to court. I don't know if you understand.
I'm hearing you.
It's a technical bar. It's a technical bar. That is why lawyers who understand are saying he shouldn't have done anything until he had appeared before the court.
Is he in contempt of court? So having appointed sole administrators, is he in contempt of court?
Now, having appointed sole administrators, being aware of this court order, and even goes ahead to swear them in after receiving this order of court, it's a flagrant disregard of court.
Is he in contempt of court?
He's in contempt of court.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Wow. But you just said that the court did not grant any order. He only ordered you to serve him notice to appear to show cause why your application ex parte
And I've done my best to tell you. It's just like, Kofi, let me give you an instance, right? I take a matter to court, maybe a land matter, right? And the other party has been put on notice that this land is the subject matter of litigation. Then the person goes to sell the land. Is it not in disregard of courts?
No, but an order must be made. Maybe a stay of execution.
No, you don't understand how the law operates.
But you lawyers are always telling us that you can't. You're talking about stay of execution, right? Stay of execution, right?
Kofi, let me help you.
Yeah.
I had a case in Imo State, and it was a community called Umuhiadagu community. The government of Imo State appropriated their land without following due process of law and without compensating the people. We took the matter to court, and while the matter was in court, government entered into that land to use it. The court frowned at the government officials and made an order restraining them from ever entering that land, because that land has become the subject matter of litigation. Any attempt to deal with that land in a matter that would destroy what is before the court, because if you destroy the subject matter and the court gives judgment against you, what happens?
But the judge could have granted your motion ex parte. It's no more ex parte, right? Because he's actually going to invite Ibas.
It is now on notice.
Mm-hmm. You know, so he would have, if he wanted to, the judge could have granted your motion ex parte without even blinking an eye. But there must be a reason why he said Ibas should come and defend himself. So if the judge did not grant you that motion ex parte, and Ibas was able to go ahead can we therefore say put words in the mouth of the judge or imply what is not written on paper? I mean, you're the expert. I'm asking.
It's just that I'm on air now, and I don't want to reveal our case strategy, because what I found out is that even this media revelation, you know that if that order of court was not leaked to the media, right, this case would have still been airtight. It would have still been airtight. But when you come on air and you talk about these issues and some way they listen to you, they begin to take steps to counter your case. But that's why I don't.
But I want us to establish.
But what I'm trying to establish to you is that once a court is seized of a subject matter and the other party has been notified of the subject matter, it is contempt of court for the other party to destroy the essence of the litigation in court. Because I've already gone to report you to court, and court is looking at the subject matter, right? And you have been notified.
But you apply to the court for an ex parte motion, for an ex parte order, an interim injunction, all right, or restraining order on Ibas and his agents from appointing, and the court said no. Let him come and give us reason why we should not. Why do you think the court did not go ahead?
No, Kofi, the court did not say no.
No, he said impliedly, to use your words. By implication, he said no.
The court said, I have heard from you. Let me hear from him. Do you understand? I have heard from you. Let me hear from him. And the legal implication is that once the court has said, let me hear from him, and he is aware that this matter is before the court, simply it means that he cannot take any step. That means he has been barred from carrying out that appointment.
When I said the court said no, impliedly, because you made a motion ex parte application, or you applied for an ex parte injunction, which is the court should bar Ibas without Ibas even appearing before it, because of the importance of time, right? And he says, no, let Ibas come before me. That is no. That is the ex parte motion was not given you.
You say this no, now you're saying the no is sounding like it's a no that is all encompassing. No, the court is saying, I have heard what you said, right? He didn't say yes or no, but he says, let me hear from Ibas, then I will decide whether yes or no.
So can we go ahead? Can we go ahead and say Ibas has been ordered by the court not to appoint any local government administrator when the judge is yet to make a decision?
Now,
is that not amounting to putting words in the mouth of the judge?
Kofi, you need to understand legal jurisprudence, and I've tried to explain to you. I don't know how. Maybe I will look for a court case.
There you go again.
The situation is, once a subject matter is before the court and the court has been seized of that subject matter, it is contempt of court for any party to destroy that subject matter. And I've tried to give you instance. If, for instance, the car you are driving, I tell the court that car Kofi is driving belongs to me, and I've taken the matter to court. And you, Kofi, the court says, Kofi, come to court and tell me why I shouldn't give that car to Courage. And then you go and sell the car. The moment the court says, Kofi, come to court, that car you cannot do.
Did you apply for a stay of execution?
Kofi, you're not a lawyer now. You cannot be talking about stay of execution.
No, I'm a journalist. I'm asking if you applied for. Really, tell me how am I? Tell me how I am.
Stay of execution is not necessary. It is.
Okay. No, I'm asking.
It's not necessary in this matter. Do you understand? I've told you that by implication, it's barred from appointing those persons, and that was the victory that all the lawyers and people who understand the law were celebrating.
Okay, so tell us what happened on 14th, because the judge adjourned the case to 14th for Ibas to come and give reason why your application should not be granted. Was he there? Did he appear in court?
Yes, Ibas. Yeah, we were in court. Our lawyers were in court. And Ibas, he sent two senior advocates of Nigeria, right, to come and, plead his case. So the circumstances were that we still had a pending motion for what we call a restorative injunction. a restorative injunction is applied for when a subject matter is before the court, right? And then the other party that has been put on notice goes to destroy the subject matter. You can tell the court to undo the action of that person. So we were telling the court to undo the actions of Mr. Ibas, that's declaring the appointment invalid, right? And restoring us back to the status quo when we came to court, so that our motions and prayers can now be properly taken. So the motion was not ripe for hearing because we had served the other parties on Friday, and then the court gives them a period of time for them to reply to that motion, about 5 days. So the motion was not ripe for hearing. And since they had done that appointment, we withdrew the former application since the act has been done, and we're telling the court, restore us to the position we were before we came to court. That's where I will stop. I won't give all our case strategies on media.
All right. Well, if they appointed the local government chairman before the order, and of course the court judge for maybe trying to uphold the principle of fair hearing invited the Ibas. I think you've given us the update. So what?
Government chairman after the order. Okay. Kofi, they appointed the local government chairman after the order. After the order on the 8th. That was when they did the appointment. Then they did the swearing in. They did the swearing.
Oh,
good morning, Kofi.
Network is frozen him. Yeah, good morning. Your name, please.
This is Pastor Ladipo.
Okay, Pastor Ladipo.
Calling from Murilego.
All right.
See, Kofi, I want to ask your guest, why must this, our sole administrator, appoint among those who are already having those political issues in that state? Why must, like, for instance, appointing someone like Chidi Lloyd, who are party to these problems that are going on? Does it not mean that something is fishy? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Speak another one. I don't know, Courage, if you can hear. You heard caller.
Kofi.
Welcome. Please go on.
God bless you for a good job, my brother.
You too.
Kofi.
Yeah.
This sole administrator in River State, they just spell out his duties as a sole temporary as a sole administrator for 6 months. What right has he to be employing local government people and employing people? What right has he?
Thank you very much.
Do you know that he's there for a temporary measure to calm situation down?
Thank you.
Make I want him.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate you calling, Uzoma. 99.3. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Kofi Junior Anna this morning.
Yeah, very quickly, please.
This is Godwin calling from Lakwe.
Welcome.
My question is this. This Maradonizing manner of APC in their governance, does it mean if River State were to be APC state, the new appointment of the sole administrator, the military administrator, will the president do that if it were to be APC state? And with other underlying circumstances that is making us to believe that they don't want to capture that River State as APC state by all means.
Okay, thank you very much. Courage. So what's the next step in this case? Thank you for your questions. I think these are questions we've already answered in our previous programs. So what's the next step? Very quickly in 30 seconds. What's your agenda date or your next the next court hearing date?
Yeah, the next date is on the 22nd of May, and we hope that the court will take our motions and decide one way or another. But beyond that, we'll take further steps on this matter to, invalidate the appointment he has made. We are not sitting down. We are going to fight until we restore democracy in River State. We are not ready.
So maybe therefore means that's not irreparable damage, Courage Nsirimovu, thank you very much for your time. I know I'm not a lawyer, but you know me. We really appreciate your time. We'll follow the case. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kofi. It's a pleasure. Goodbye, Lagos State.
All right, thank you very much. Let's go pay some bills. I'll be back on the other side. Stay with us, please.
.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.